Hi guys. Sorry I'm late. So we had the hi Kato, hi Deborah Vancouver, hi Margot, hi Barb. Debbie Zito, good to see you. Lisa L, hi Sunrisa, I got your information. I gave it to Bucky Ann too. Thank you. Make sure you're in live chat. I'm not. Eva Poole. Annie Millions, hi. Nicole, L, Linda. Okay. Ann Rose, hi. Snow remover. Okay, so what we're going to do is listen to, well, today there was mostly blood analysis, blood analysts, blood spatter experts that testified about like the blood in Gannon's room, and that it was it a, let me see how they described it, a multi-event, or let me see, what did they use to describe that? Okay, so Tom Griffin was a private bloodstain pattern analysis consultant, crime scene investigator, that said he reviewed the crime scene photos that were taken inside the Stauch home in 2020, and he also went there to review the crime scene, and based on his expertise, he said it appeared that someone tried to clean up a bloody mess in Gannon's bedroom. And he said the blood was diluted with something because it flowed along surfaces, which means it had something like a cleaner that was diluting it and causing it to flood. And then there was another female blood expert, and she was showing on the switch plate how the line between the blood-stained wall and the clean wall, how that showed the margins. But that Tom Griffin, he said that he found blood in many parts of the room, including an electrical outlet, 54 blood stains on the walls, bloods on the carpet, blood on the padding under the carpet. He added that blunt force trauma, a gunshot wound, and sharp force injuries happened to Gannon inside his room. He said some of the blood stains were on the upper part of the wall above Gannon's bed, meaning that Gannon was likely in bed for at least part of the attack. Other blood stains indicated that Gannon was also attacked while he was on the floor. From blood stain pattern analysis, I can say, with it being Gannon's blood, he's on or near the floor for at least 1 or 2 impact events, spatter-producing events. And then they had Detective Pete Woods. He was a New York cop, but he was a part of the Myrtle Beach Police Department, and he is the one that was there when they arrested Letecia Stauch, and described that arrest, saying that she was driving a minivan, and in that minivan were 2 suitcases, and inside the suitcase a blanket with bloodstains. So why she would be carrying that around is just beyond me. She had all that time to do away with that. Not sure what that was about. That was just crazy. So they arrested her right after she dropped Harley off for at her recruiters, something for the reserves. So then there was a phone call, and I'm going to play that. They're going to play the rest of it in court tomorrow. I know a lot of people didn't hear it, but I just want to go over this phone call. It's so crazy. It's another story. This phone call took place on February 15th. The other phone calls we heard were the 13th and the 14th. Now this is the 15th now. Let me just get this and we'll play it. Okay. Let's see. Pull this over. Oh shoot, that's not the right one. Hold on. Hold on. Not the right one. This is the one we want.
Okay, and Agent Cronin, you can go ahead and step. What are you? Do you have any?
Not during the phone call, Your Honor. Yep.
Agent Cronin, you can go ahead and step down. It's not comfortable to sit there for that length of period of time. So go ahead. Exhibit 51 has already been admitted.
And Judge, would you like us to stop at about 10 till, 5 till, roughly?
Until
Okay, we'll do that. People's Exhibit 51. And just for the record, Judge, People's Exhibit 51 is phone call from February 15, 2020 at 10:04 a.m. Yeah, I think we need the screen to be able to see what she needs to click on, Judge.
oh, so this has video with it?
No, there's no video, but like the other ones, the player actually pops up on that screen.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
I don't even know what number to call her on. I told her to call. Guess I can try this when she's texting.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, why are you moving again?
why do you think? I mean, it's like a week by week thing. I told you that.
You do what?
I'm like week by week in these hotels.
Why can't you live in the house?
I don't know. I can't even like go in without an escort at this point. So
how are you paying for hotels?
I just paid a little bit week by week, and Uncle Jeff paid for this past week, so I told you that already.
By yourself?
Yes,
Did you spend last night by yourself?
yes. Why? Who else would I be with?
Should have been with you, Albert.
You think I wasn't lonely on freaking Valentine's Day?
Okay, should be with you. I've been begging to be with you.
We can talk about that, but I want to talk about whatever you got. You're talking about on this iCloud.
No, I logged back. I got into my iCloud finally because I only had partial whatever, and I couldn't do a backup. And I finally got the backup done, and there was like a ton of messages came through on my phone, and then there's this text message that they should have saw on my phone because it came through on February 5th, and it's like basically almost like a retarded person or something. But it says the boy or money or no boy. And I tried to get help. I sent it to the tip line to see if they can check. I've been trying to call all morning to get help, but no one.
Hey, I can't hear you.
I said no one helps me because I'm a bad person.
But
Can
what?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But what? I mean, that's all it said. No money, no boy, or something like that.
I'm saying there's a bunch of there's voicemails. Like it came, I had 30-some voicemails, and a lot of them were bull crap, and threats and stuff. So I went through all of them, and like literally all I saw was the first message that said that, and it freaked me out. And I had someone to look up the number to try to see where it was at, and it said that it originated from Washington. So it weren't one of those like fake things. It was an actual number from Washington. Like I had someone track the number where it was at now, and it went to Roy. It was right outside of Roy Elementary.
Where's that at?
I don't know if this is like people scoring with me. I don't know, but I was trying to reach out to you as soon as I seen it, so that they should have solved this on my
Well,
February 5th.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they're like laser focused on finding Gannon right now, and that's kind of the priority right now. I mean,
I understand that, but that was why I was saying that. That is about Gannon. Why are you trying to make it seem like I wasn't saying that?
I'm not trying to make it seem like nothing. I mean, I did you tell them about what we talked about yesterday about Quincy Brown and all that?
I sent it in, yes. Did that same thing that they keep posting online because no one would write me back on the numbers that they
Well, I guarantee you they're out looking for that dude now because he is freaking. You know how I get all worried about Mike and Landon and all that shit back home, and I looked him up and he's a freaking, oh my god, sex offender. He's a bad dude, Tecia. And if he's got my son and I'm freaking, you know how I was about Mike and he had some criminal stuff, but this is a whole nother level. So I'm sure they're out looking for him now. So.
Did you give them the information?
That,
I did.
yeah, you said you did. I mean,
Yeah, no, I did.
right, you said you were talking to Bethel, right?
I sent it to message her, but she never wrote back. So I had that Kate somebody's number, the other lady that was with her that day. So I sent it to her because I was like, between her and her, someone would read the messages.
Okay, yeah. I haven't got it. Mark hasn't reached out to me this morning, so but I'm sure that I mean, based on this dude being as freaking horrible as he is, I'm sure they're out there looking for him. Dude, I mean, can you remember anything else about Quincy Brown other than I know you said you saw his ID? I mean, they had the bike or the SUV, right, with the bike rack. I mean, anything close to an address at all that would help them? Now that you have more.
If you would let me come be with you and help, I will walk everybody through everything. But you're refusing that and not standing up for me to do that.
No, actually, I am. I'm trying to get this relevant information that you're providing to them. So that is standing up for you.
Okay, taking up for me too is also you've got to understand, Albert, and this is not me trying to take away from whatever. Unless I'm like protected completely, this is it's just a whole crazy thing you got to understand, Albert.
Well, help me understand.
Begging you to tell you that I begged you to come stay with you. I've been like, hey, let me just stay with you, spend the night. Please, I will talk to you. Please, everything. I tried everything, and you just keep telling me no, and I hate being lonely, and I hate all this because I'm not a bad person. I'm innocent. I agreed to even take a lie detector test for you.
Well, I mean, that's not for me. I'm not going to give you a lie detector test. Well, I mean,
It's not permissible in court because it's not. I said for you to believe me.
but who are you? Have you talked to them about this lie detector test, or you just told me about it?
I got recalled from big time attorneys. I got Jose Baez law firm willing to come and meet me. That's how much they know it's screwed up. You know who the Baez law firm is?
You know I don't pay attention to that shit.
Do you know who they represented?
No, tell me.
A lot of big time names. And and like People magazine, people are like pissed that they're not, that the way that things are going is not the direction of my team. And so if you don't want to be on my team to be like against them fucking everything, then these people will put it out there.
What what are they gonna
Ain't gonna do it.
What are they gonna put out there?
What?
That you're gonna take a lie detector?
No, yeah, I will for you. I will do it for you.
Well, let's do it then. Then let's do it. Let's do it now. I mean, call the FBI or call whoever and tell them you're ready today.
I don't know who to call. You have all these contacts. Nobody will talk to me.
The only person I know. Listen, I sent you a number. I think. What was her name from the FBI? Amber, maybe. I sent you an email. You look back on your email. You got a contact, and she when she called me that one time, she reached out and said, anything you need, any way we can help, anything we can do to help find Gannon. And I think that would qualify as something that would help. Okay?
What will qualify?
You're talking about his lie detector test.
That will help find Gannon by me taking a lie detector test when I've already told you.
If you're,
I feel like
listen, I know, but listen to me. Walk through this logically. You're smart now, okay? If you're saying they're barking up the wrong tree, okay,
Yep.
and that wrong tree is you, and a lie detector test will get them off of that tree and on a different tree, don't you think that will help?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll, back to what we talked about yesterday, it'll show your innocence. It'll show you didn't do it. It'll show you don't even need immunity. Okay? You don't, I mean, it'll prove all those things.
You don't have to because lie detector tests are not permissible in court.
Okay, but I'm just trying to, you said you'll do that for me.
What a lie detector test does is prove what a person's saying to someone they're trying to prove to. Like people go to Dr. Phil and do it, places like that.
Okay, all right. Hey, Tecia, listen. I'm willing to take the lie detector test. You brought it up. I mean, I'm willing to work with you or whatever. You can contact the FBI and do it. I'm willing to take that result for my peace of mind. But if you're going to sit here and tell me it's not worthwhile, then why even talk about it?
I said for you. I said I wanted to do it for you. You're focusing on doing it for someone else. I'm trying to tell you I wanted to.
No. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about Gannon. If they're barking up the wrong tree, babe, if they're barking up the wrong tree, this will get them on the right tree. Okay.
Okay.
So you need to reach out to Amber, whatever her name is. That's the FBI lady that I talked to the one time. And you need to tell her whatever you're willing to do or not do. Okay. That's the only way I know to go about it. So, but instead of me waiting on the lie detector test for me and you, I know that'll confirm it. Just tell me the truth right now.
You won't even help me get the freaking ID so I can go to a doctor's office, and you want me to just keep going over and over and over the same thing.
Yeah, Tecia, yes, I do, because
Did you kick me off of TRICARE or something?
I can't kick you off of TRICARE. That only happens anyways. You're trying to spin this in a different direction. We're talking about Gannon here.
Just trying to go to the doctor. That's it.
You can go to the doctor any day of the week. I can't kick you off of TRICARE.
They took all my stuff. I need an ID.
You need the sponsor's social security number, and I know you know my social, so don't even play me, Tecia.
can't go on base
Okay.
without the ID.
Well, if you got to go to the doctor that bad, go to the doctor somewhere and we'll pay the fee. Okay. That's, I'm not going to say that's irrelevant, but we're focused on Gannon right now. Okay.
Okay, and I'm trying to be with you to focus on Gannon. So I'm asking you
And guess what? We are talking together right now. So we are working together on this right now on the phone. Okay.
Come stay with you, and I will meet them to do the test and everything.
Listen, I need the truth first, and that's what I've said the whole time. Tell me the same. Listen, let's just stop. Okay. No, don't oh God me.
You still lie detector test, and now it's still not good enough for you, Albert.
No, it is. It's perfect. That's what I want you to do. Okay. Because there has been multiple stories, but tell me the story right now that you're going to tell on the lie detector test. That's what I want.
You don't tell stories on a lie detector.
I know. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to put you through that and ask you questions? I'll do it. Okay. Is the bike accident a true story? Did he fall and bust his head, or was his head already bleeding before you got there? Which one is it?
He's bleeding.
I'm just asking. Was the bike accident true?
His head already be bleeding.
I don't know, because I've fallen off my bike 100 times and didn't bust my head bad enough to go to the 911, right? Okay. I'm just trying to sort through this. Is the bike accident true?
Albert, I did not hurt Gannon.
I didn't ask you that. Okay. Is the bike accident true? It's yes or no. This is lie detector test right now. Yes or no?
Somebody has Gannon, Albert. I need protection to help you.
I understand that. And I'm trying to help you right now.
Beat me. He will abuse me. He will hurt me. And I keep telling you this, and you're not catching the hint.
Is the bike accident true? That's where we're starting.
They're going to protect me from him.
Yes, you're gonna, once you call Amber, you're gonna get the protection you need. I don't have a gun, I don't have a badge. Amber does, and she's the one that's gonna protect you.
But you are my husband.
I am. And as your husband, you need to respect that I'm trying to give you the best guidance I have, okay, and get you to the protection you're asking for. If you call Amber, she'll get somebody with you wherever you're at to protect you, okay?
But why aren't you willing to do that?
How am I going to protect you against people trying to beat you and kill you?
Come live with you because you are my husband and you're supposed to provide for us a place to stay.
Right. And I've done that from day one. So you're not going to question my ability to protect or provide you. So listen, hey, back up. You said you wanted to do something for me.
Yes or no, Albert?
No,
Come stay with you.
I'm not answering any questions right now because you told me that you do something for me, and that's answer some yes and no questions, basically a lie detector.
Be with you. I didn't say like you're going to put me on. We can talk about this in person. Why does it have to be over phone so you can like record people and shit?
So now I'm recording you. What you've done to me for 5 years is what I'm doing to you. That's projection, Tecia, and I'm not putting up with that, okay? All right?
Did you record me yesterday?
No, why would I record you? I haven't recorded anything. What are you talking about?
Would you coaching you what to say?
No, I don't need a coach. I've done this for a living for 11 years, Tecia.
I said I want to talk to you in person.
All right, well, guess what? Your freaking sister's calling me. Tell her to leave me alone.
Who? What sister?
Amy, whatever her name is.
She shouldn't be calling you. Don't even talk to them.
Well, I've been getting calls and texts from all your people, and I'm sick of it. Listen, you know what? If meeting is what it takes to get to the truth, I'll meet with you. But you need to answer some questions first. That is your way of proving to me that a meeting is worthwhile. Okay? Number one, I got 3 or 4 questions, okay? Number one, is the bike accident true?
No.
No. Is Quincy Brown true?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what happened? Okay, that's my next question. What happened to get Gannon to Quincy Brown? How did Quincy Brown get my son?
It doesn't matter how many times I tell you, you're still going to call me a liar.
No,
You're not going to take
That's
the time
not true
to
now.
help me.
That's not true. I've given you every opportunity to tell the truth, just like I'm doing now, okay? I haven't called you a liar. I've said some pieces of the story have been not true, okay? I'm not sitting here calling you names. I'm not putting you down. I'm asking for truth, okay? You said the bike accident is not true now. Fair enough. We're done with that, okay? What happened?
We were going to get you a bike, though. That was true.
Okay, so you were going to get me a bike. Fine. Okay, let's get past the bike. If the bike has nothing to do with anything, then let's just forget about the bike and the trip to the bike.
Trying to be a cool mom, okay?
Okay.
I wanted to hang out with some friends, and I was just trying to be cool because I'm never looked at as being cool. So I told Gannon, hey, you can have a sleepover, whatever, yada, yada, yada. That was supposed to happen on Saturday or something. He did have this friend that had a car, and I told him, your daddy said no. I told him that on Sunday or whatever day it was. But prior to that, he'd already said something to me about this, and I tried to talk him through the situation. So the plan was he was going to have a sleepover. We split both the beds together, yada, 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 yada. That was just supposed to be the plan. I was just trying to be a cool mom. I just wanted to be accepted by Gannon, for him to be like, wow, yeah, she's always kind of strict on us, but maybe she let me do a little bit that I shouldn't probably be doing. Hey, that's all.
Yeah, okay, that's
It went downhill from there. I'm telling you.
Okay,
Like, I didn't
okay.
do anything to Gannon.
okay. So
All these people, listen to me.
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Tired of all these people putting all this stupid stuff about blood and all this bullcrap. If there's any blood in the house, it's because of Gannon. Gannon bleeds all the time.
Okay.
There's no massacre occurred in our home. It's not what people are putting in their head. There's nothing like that. Okay? It's nothing. I'm sick of hearing people say, well, if he hurt his foot, he couldn't be walking. Oh my God. It was just blood from his foot. That's it. There was no, like, he hit his head or bullcrap like that. I'm tired of all these conspiracy theories, and now it's in your head that you think that I've done something to Gannon in our house. That's what you said yesterday. That is not true. Those blood there's just simply from what happened to his foot. And yes, I've already admitted to you that his arm was burned.
Okay.
He admitted that to you. Wasn't that bad? Did it have blood? Yes. And from where the candle was.
But
I did everything I could. So
Right.
if you're asking about that part of it, see, what y'all are doing is trying to take two different things. You're trying to think that just because I didn't abuse Gannon emotionally in that video, nothing. The whole point of that was he was so upset. It wasn't about, it was meaning I was going to replace the items for him. It was trying to be, okay, don't worry about it. It's a secret. I'm not going to say anything. I was trying to be cool. Okay? Maybe if I let my guard down for trying to be cool, I let him stay up 30 minutes late that night, trying to be cool. Just trying to be like, we'll start working on, hey, you stand up 30 minutes later than Lena. So any of that you got from some mind that people were trying to say I was abusing him on some video shit, it was not. Gannon was upset because I was sitting there holding him, and then everybody saying something about whatever. I assessed the situation. It wasn't a lot of tons and tons of blood. We got it up. It was on his wall a little bit. I mean, it was not even a lot.
so you cleaned his wall up?
But he did.
Oh, okay.
There was blood on the things we cleaned up stuff. It was not. It was from his arms and his foot. That's all from the outside. There was nobody's head it hit. You could hear in all these stories. Gannon's head was hit. He was doing this. No, Albert. If he would have been in that situation, I get on the phone and I call 911. I'm not stupid. Do you think I'd much rather be sitting here with someone saying that I was being irresponsible or whatever than someone accusing me of hurting a child? Do you think that? That's the way I panic at the sight of blood? Yes, I freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, stop peeling it. He peeled it and peeled it and peeled it. If I yell at him for peeling it, it's almost like I'm mad at him. You don't understand.
Okay.
everybody the true story, but what they're doing is they're coming in there and trying to say just because some lady who thinks she's hot shit that's been talking to you, apparently she posts online all this bullshit.
Who? What lady?
I don't know, trivia, somebody.
Who?
She's fucking stupid.
I haven't talked to nobody.
Okay, well, she's online saying she's talking to you and Landon, and you and Landon was saying there was blood all over Gannon's room. Blood everywhere in the house. Blood on the stairs.
Who is this now?
That is not true. If it was anything, it was from the foot, and I stepped not outside. I stepped in it on the carpet when I freaking took the carpet up that we walk outside on. But nobody cares that that's how it happened. That's where blood came from. It was not puddles. We cleaned it up and smeared it. Sorry.
What freaking lady are you talking to? What?
The beds were already put together because I already told Gannon he could have a sleepover.
The beds were pushed together.
I had pushed them together because I had told him on Sunday he could have a sleepover. I didn't know that his stomach was going to go to start hurting. I had already said he was doing his box.
But who was the sleepover with? Was it Braden?
He just asked me, could he have a sleepover even though it was a school night? After we were on the hike. And the reason I said yes is we were sitting there talking about the whole coach thing. He was talking to me about the sisters, and all he had was sisters. I said yes just because I felt so bad, because here we are both in an emotional moment. I'm upset about Kobe. He's upset about him having girls, yada, yada, yada. I agree. Sorry. I usually don't agree to things. I was trying to be like, okay, maybe this is a good chance, but maybe bend the rules just a little bit. So yes, to Gannon, you can have sleepover. Gannon pushed his beds together. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know what happened, why he didn't go ask about sleepover. I don't know what happened wherever. I don't know. He didn't ever come say such and such, didn't say whatever. I just know his stomach was hurting. So I assumed he didn't want to be having a sleepover with the boy, whoever the boy was.
Why?
He just tell me.
Hold on. Why? So you were going to let it, let me back up.
I was going to let the boy, but he said his brother had a call.
Right. Okay, fine. But he's never pushed the beds together for a sleepover before. Where did that come from?
What do you mean? I do.
No, usually they
did push the beds together.
Because
they were, Albert, we pushed the beds together because he had all the things lined up around the room in little cardboard box things. They were all lined up around the room, and we pushed the beds together. That was it. I mean, me pushing the beds together is not a crime.
I'm not saying it was. It's just weird because to my knowledge, he's never done that.
I guess he was going to build a fort. I don't know.
Okay.
Just for Sunday, they got pushed back. I mean, it was nothing.
Okay. All right.
So that is the only reason. That is the only reason when they got pushed back that he would have had the normal, that he would have peeled his arm after it happened on Sunday.
So
why don't you get whoever your friend is, a neighbor that knows all this bullshit, to give you the video footage of running out when the daggone fire was going on, and you will see. Oh, was I being whatever? Was I fussing? Was I doing anything but being loving to children?
right.
I told everybody, oh, it's okay. We're gonna fix it. Nobody was yelling at anybody. Nobody was angry with anybody. Nobody was hurting anybody. Nobody was doing anything wrong.
But
It wasn't even that. I was scared.
But back up to something you said that that really struck me, Tecia. You said it went downhill. What do you mean? How did it go downhill? And then how did this Quincy Brown freaking dude get involved?
The story about Quincy.
Right.
He told
No, but tell me the part about how did it go downhill? That's what I need to know. You said it went downhill fast and it got out of control, and maybe you freaked out, whatever. But
I never said anything about getting out of control. Now you're putting words in my mouth. I never said.
Okay, you said it went downhill, Tecia.
I said it went downhill, meaning Gannon was supposed to have a sleepover. His stomach started hurting. That's why we didn't get to have a sleepover. That's what it means. It means that.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I got you.
He stayed up late.
All right, so listen,
See how when I talk to you, do you see how you already put me as if I'm some criminal?
no. I haven't criminalized you at all. I'm asking you questions. That's what you wanted me to do, and I'm asking you questions.
I would bed feed you. I mean, really? Come on, Albert. That is not you saying to me if, gosh, how many times have you left out of town and my wife just took care of everything? That's not you doing that. That's not you taking my side. It's you picking up on something stupid about us
Hey, I can't hear you.
building a box. I said, you're saying something about us putting beds together when the child was building a box because you thought this is a box for his son. It's a problem if I get involved, and if it's a problem if I do it the wrong way.
No,
I do it the right way.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Everything.
Tecia, babe, listen, okay? I'm worried to death about Gannon's safety, where he's at, all these things. I mean, yesterday, what you told me the bike story is not true now, okay? But you also said he had a hit.
You know how I feel? You want me to be honest with you? You know how I feel? I feel like if I just tell you something like that, it's what you want to hear. That's honestly how you make me feel. You make me feel if I just tell you there's some truck, because I even sit there and listen to you go, okay, it was an accident. Okay. This is what someone wants you to say, or you're
No.
because that is not Albert.
No. Yes, actually, yes, it is. As a recruiter, I did the same shit for 11 years, having to dig into people's past and everything, okay? And to get the truth. And you said, all right, listen, you told me, you keep telling me what I just want to hear. I just want to hear the truth, Tecia, okay? All right, hold on. Yesterday, listen, yesterday, and we passed this point, but you said there was a bike accident with a head injury. So is it just the bike accident that's not true? Or is it the head injury also that's not true?
No, there's no head injury or bike accident. I just told you. I felt like you wanted me to say something to you.
Okay, so now, what did freaking Quincy Brown do with Gannon? How did...
Can I ask you something? Do you think first of all, I want you to put this in perspective.
Okay.
Do you think I even know my way around Colorado, first off?
Yeah, we've been here a year now. You go all over the place.
Okay, Colorado Springs, right?
You've been, yes. And we've been all over up there around the outlets, and we've been up there to Denver a bunch. Yes, I think you know a little bit about Colorado, so don't play me on that, Tecia.
I wasn't even going there. Do you see how I said that just to see you jump at me? Do you see how I said that?
Well, good. You got me. You got me jumping, all right? My son's out there missing with Quincy Brown, and you got me jumping. You win, all right? What's your next question?
Listen to me. Can you listen to me?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We'll pause it here, and just for record purposes, I think the timestamp is 29 minutes and 45 seconds.
Looks like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take our evening recess. If we can hand.
Okay, that's the end of that. So for today, they're going to start up. We'll start at 10:45 with this in the morning. But if we look at what she said so far, this is supposedly February 15th of 2020. The other calls we heard were the 13th and the 14th. She should be, hi Lucy Nelson, be in South Carolina at this point. Already have, hi Cheryl, have dropped Gannon's body off that overpass. It's going to be another two weeks before she's arrested on March 2nd, and almost another 4 weeks, a little couple of days over 4 weeks before Gannon's body is found on March 17th of 2020. And what does she say in this call? Well, she says in this call, this is when there's a lot of talk about blood in the house, and she's saying that he's speaking to somebody on the internet, and Lannon's speaking to somebody on the internet, and they're saying there was a lot of blood found in the house, and she's saying there wasn't a lot of blood found in the house. This is all conspiracy theory. There wasn't a lot of blood. The blood came from his arms. He was picking his skin. The burns, they weren't even that bad. Hi, Syntax. It's all ridiculous. Why can't you listen to me? I was going to take a lie detector test, but it's not admissible in court, but I was willing to do it. I should be there with you. What else? Then she says, I did not hurt Gannon. He asks her he says he's going to ask her some questions, but he only gets to 2 of them that she gives an answer to. Once he gets to the 3rd one, she doesn't answer anymore. And he says, was there a bike accident? No. Is Quincy Brown real? Yes. How does he have Gannon? She doesn't answer that. And the blood from his foot, yes. And then she stepped in the blood, and she stepped in the carpet that they walk on outside. That's another thing with her language. The carpet that we walk on outside. She speaks so disjointed. Like, I imagine it's some carpet runner. I think it was in the garage. I don't even think it was outside. But you would just say it's, the carpet runner in the garage, or the carpet runner that's, outside. She's very, is there something wrong with her? Yeah, why is she concerned about what's admissible in court? Right. And it's very weird because when he was talking about the lie detector test, he said something about stories. And she goes, no, you can't say stories on a lie detector test. But if you remember her interview at the El Paso Sheriff's Office, when she pulled out her notes, said, what story was, let me see what the story was that I was telling you. She 100% mentioned a story, which she meant lies. Yeah, I believe she has a carpet remnant inside a door or something. But is that how you refer to it? Don't you just either say a welcome mat, a doormat, carpet runner? Do you say I stepped on the carpet that we walk on outside? There's something wrong with her speech patterns. And she doesn't just do it once in a while. She does it all the time. She does it all the time. Anyway. Then she keeps talking about Gannon doing his boxes. Gannon building his boxes. And then at one point it sounds like she said building his boxes for his son. Then she mentions that Al's twisting her words. She wants to be a cool mom. Why can't he just let her be a cool mom? For once, she wants to be the cool mom. So she let him stay up 30 minutes past his bedtime, and she told him he could have a sleepover, but she doesn't know what happened. But then he pushed the beds together. For some reason, she wants those beds together, even though those beds were not together. What in the world would she be trying to put those beds together for? Something's spinning in her head. She's trying to explain something that doesn't need to be explained. Because even Al is like, what do you mean push the beds together? When we saw the video, the beds were not together. So why is she saying that? What is her purpose in saying that? I don't know. And then she goes back to, she was really upset about Kobe Bryant, and Gannon was upset that all he has are sisters. But if you remember her other conversation, she was telling Gannon that she was 4 to 6 weeks pregnant, and it was going to be a little boy. And that was their special secret, right? What happened to that fake pregnancy? Did it just get written out of the story? So, what's the deal with that? So she's saying, okay, I don't know what happened. He had a friend that had a car, that it's not a friend that had the car. It's the friend's brother that has the car. She's setting something in motion with that. She's putting, I just need to be with you. Did she want to kill him when she went with him? Did she want to try to get pregnant if she went with him? What did she want to go to Al for? She was already in South Carolina. What was she going to do? She could have done a lot of things. Maybe she would have, been one of these crazy, crazy people who puts like frozen vegetables in a pillowcase and swings it at their face and says their partner beat them up. Why did she want to get to Al? Or to say he SA'd her, or to get pregnant, or what is the deal with that? She'll tell him if she sees him. She obviously doesn't believe that he's not recording her, but he says something very interesting. Yeah, you never saw that, Sassy, on those Lifetime movies? Those women that put frozen vegetables in a pillowcase? You never saw the Lifetime movies that do that? Come on. You look like a total Lifetime movie person. Don't take that in a bad way. Anyway, really, they do. I'm not kidding around. I'll find out some names of the movies that do it. Now you're making me laugh about that. It's not funny because it is in those movies. And maybe she just wanted to make sure he's not wearing a wire or whatever before she tells him something. And I don't know, what is she thinking? Is she thinking that at this point she got away with it? Gannon's body's been dumped at this point 11 days ago. No one has found it. Did she really believe no one would found? You never saw that? Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. Yes, it's in more than one Lifetime movie. So, did she believe it would never be found? And then she's driving around in a minivan with a suitcase, with a blanket, and blood on the blanket. All that time, and she would be doing this. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so we've got that. Then what else did they talk about? She said, she keeps saying, nobody listens to me, nobody helps me because I'm a bad person. And he says, you're not even going to need immunity. Why don't you just call Amber and tell her what's going on? She says, you should be protecting me. Why aren't you protecting me? You're my husband. He says, how can I protect you? I don't even have a gun. She's saying she's getting threats. She said that there was a ransom message. No money, no boy. No money, no boy, right? But she says, oh, it came from a real number in Washington, not one of those, fake things. She knows all about the spoofers, right? Because she's probably used them to make calls to her employment on these references that she gives or whatever the heck she's doing. She's probably very familiar with number spoofers. She's probably very familiar with voice changers. She just sounds completely psycho. Oh, I know what I was going to say. She said, oh, they're making a big deal of that recording that I was abusing him. I wasn't abusing him. I was... Tea leaves starting to be red. She mentions picking sides. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'll get to that. Yeah. She said that that video that, the one she made where Gannon says something, I'm just worried about my burns. She said, yes, Harley is her only biological child. They're talking about that video, but I was going to replace the things. I wasn't going to make him do it. I was going to help him. Yada, 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 whatever, be the cool mom. And then she says about Jose Baez, and that's what I want to talk about. She doesn't even bring out Casey Anthony's name. And I just thought when she was talking about Jose Baez, her lawyers must have been like, oh my gosh. But here, I want to show you something along the lines of her lying about Jose Baez. Okay, let me show you something. This is Jose Baez, Baez Law. This is from February 24th of 2020, 9 days after that phone call. I have to again go on the record and say that my firm is not involved in the Gannon Stauch case in any way, shape, or form. It's any space way. Comma, shape, or form. Please do not contact my firm with further inquiries, as I do not comment on pending cases of this nature. Hashtag Gannon Stauch. Now, someone says, your answer literally says, no, you're not involved, but also you won't comment on a pending case. Someone said, I mean, like, he would actually say so. Read last part of the tweet. Okay, and then, hang on. Okay, here's some comments on where it was posted on Facebook. Someone said, I think this proves that those screenshots of text between T and another person were indeed fake. If I remember correctly, because I've read so much crap in the past 4 weeks about this case, it was supposedly a messenger conversation between Letecia and a friend where Letecia was talking about who is representing her and such, and how she is stuck with getting blamed for something she didn't do or whatever. I figured that was fake. Someone either created an account under her name and was messaging with someone just to add to the unnecessary drama, or that it was photoshopped. I still think she's guilty somehow, but I can't wait for the real story to come out. Hashtag find Gannon. This is also back before he was found. Let's see. And now let me go back to something else. Here's some posts from a long time ago. And it sounded like she mentioned that lady, that one that was in court, that Mobley lady. T. Stauch. Yeah, I don't trust anyone having it, but would meet someone to verify the source. Someone says, send it to the police. No way. Lawyer? Even though it's not admissible, she's talking about the lie detector. Attorneys can still use it in their closing argument and then pretend to tell the hurt to forget it. Yeah, attorney said no way to give it to them. I begged them for 1-2 weeks ago. I really hope that this is not going to go to a trial. That's on them. They lost that window of, yeah, it is a trial. They lost that window. Hold on. These are all out of order, I think, but anyway, let's just try this one. I'm not sure what all they have right now. Everyone in those groups is speculation, and some of it is crazy. That he was having a few days of silly accidents. They can't blame me of him starting a fire and having blood. And they seen the candle. How much blood did they find in the garage? And the fire people investigated something that would be explained away by a small cut. Yes, in the garage. What was it? Just a small amount? T says, so basically I have two choices. Admit to something I didn't do in an accident form to get lesser time, or still get charged and convicted of something I didn't do, because I could never have a trial in Colorado. So that's it, right? Well, you're having a trial in Colorado. If you were innocent, then of course I would never admit to doing something that you didn't do. They have to have proof to charge you, but I think they're trying to build a case against you. Proof that I drove to Petco, or half evidence that they only have one side of the truck? What evidence, though, since you have experience? These are out of order, so just understand that this... Did you get the results yet? Yeah. Awesome. What did Albert say? I only told him. Hopefully this will make him believe. I'm not showing anyone but in person. It's already all over the group. I read it about a half an hour ago. Let's see if I can find it. They're talking about the lie detector test. Yeah, I don't trust anyone having it, but would meet someone to verify the source. Send it to the police. No way. Lawyer? Even though it's not admissible. Okay, we read that part, so that was that part of that. Hang on. There's still something else right here. Where do you think he could be? I don't know. And I do have the Baez law firm, but they are just pre-investigation right now. So people there would need to contact them, you know? And I'm doing a polygraph today. I know it can't be used, but to prove to them. Everything that people are using to say you did anything wrong is stuff that you're putting out there. Don't worry about what these crazy people think. I wouldn't put anything out there to the public. I didn't. My account was hacked, my iCloud. Okay, I think we read, let me see. Yeah, read all those. Okay, here's some more. Let me see if there's anything different here. Oh, here we go. Here's another one that goes with that. A polygraph is a good idea. Who is doing it? Someone you choose or someone the police choose? I wasn't talking to anyone that was all these, but jumps with fake accounts and cloning profiles. No, the police didn't ask. I told Albert to pick someone and call them. So I'm here now, waiting for them to call me back. I think that's a good idea, and even the police use it at... Okay, let me get this here. This is February 18th. This is 3 days after that phone call. I have finished it. When will you get the results? Waiting here now to find out. Not the results, but when. Is somebody with you? No, it was in a private room with someone who was certified. Is that bad? No, I just meant, is there someone there for moral support? Oh, okay. I was like, OMG. They said no one. If you pass, I would be having it sent to law enforcement. If you don't, I wouldn't mention that you even took it. Okay. Will it just say pass or fail? They just said I should have the results within 24 hours. Is that normal? Like on TV, they start telling people then? Or is that TV? You're the only person the results are going to, right? Yes, they asked me if... Hold on. I wanted to sign a release form to anyone, but they said I could always do that later. Deaf, do it later. Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm surprised law enforcement hasn't asked you to take one. They usually do that to rule out somebody, out if they have suspicion in the beginning. I asked, but they kept saying they can't use it. Only some states. Yeah, to let them keep on these groups. It only helps because it hurts a potential trial, etc. The public opinion means nothing. I think if they really suspected you, they would be grilling you in, questioning, trying to make you confess. Yeah, and at this point, he don't want to go bouncing around who he is. That will bring attention like crazy. Agree. Keep everything quiet. Oh, here's that other thing that we got half up before. No, that's not the one. Hold on. That's not the one. This is the one. Hold on. 2 weeks ago. I really hope that this is not going to go to a trial. That's on them. They lost that window of opportunity. I'll work with them when they stop harassing me and agree to look at another person. But until then, they have been horrible to me. Yeah, because they could have lost precious time looking in the wrong direction. So do you think he got... Yes, and at this point, I can't help but be defensive. There's so many rumors out there, I don't even know what anything that is true. Same. I don't know what happened. I really don't, Tecia says. But I did hear police say not to listen to social media, so they must be aware of all the rumors. Tecia says, yes, they are, but you know the police world. Honestly, Mel, if I came off insensitive, I went into defense mode. I've had to defend these kids for years from harm, and I thought it was someone we knew. I heard Biomom had some issues. Beyond mine and your comprehension, a gal placed them in my custody when Albert was away. That's when we got to cause. They only shared custody for technical reasons, but they lived with us and visited her on holidays. No, I mean, she did have that, but all this other stuff happened before. The high risk only came into play in the end after they were already with us in Alaska. Wow. I'm sorry. How long ago did you guys leave South Carolina? Let's see. There's another one we didn't see. No, I apologize, these are out of order. Proof that I drove to Petco or half evidence that they... Okay, we read that one. Hold on. We did read that one. I thought we didn't. Oh, here we go. This one. We turned the wood over. With DNA, they would be able to tell if it was Albert's. Yes, and G's was on the wood from a small injury. I mean, everyone has blood in their house with kids present. That's they may have cleaned up or got cut. Yeah, that's true. And not to mention... They let them live in a supposed crime scene for 7 days. Is the house off limits now? Yeah, Tecia says now, not the first 10 days, which I wasn't even there. The person she's talking to says they're definitely building a case against one of you guys. Do they still have your vehicles? She says, but you keep saying that, building a case. Like, what evidence is there that I hurt anyone? Because I didn't. Well, if they can't find Gannon, then it's going to be circumstantial. Where do you think he could be? I don't know, and I do have the Baez law firm, but they are just pre-investigation right now, so people there would need to contact them. Oops, hold on a minute. Okay, I think that, let me see. Okay, if there's anything else on that, let's see. Okay. Let me just look at something else. Okay, so let's see what you're saying. You're saying, hi, 876. Should do the Letecia voiceover for the, oh, 867 5309. Thanks. Hi. I'm just trying to see if you guys have any questions. Do we think she believes she's convincing? Yeah, I think she thinks she is. I think she thought, you know, this through, and I don't know. No, she's not insane. They will never find her insane. I'm sure if they, I'm sure the jury probably at this point, you know, knows that they're going to find her guilty. I mean, does anybody have any doubt? Let's take a poll. Does anybody have any doubt that, okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. There's your poll. Check it out. I'm gonna go look for something while you're voting, or you're locking your votes, and I have to look for something. Oh, where's my other thing that I had? Okay, this was on, let me see. This I think we've read, let me see. But let's read this again anyway, because it's been a while. While you're locking in your votes. This was on February 9th. I want to thank my family and friends in the Carolinas who know my character and my dedication to our family. I have sleepless nights every day wondering what could have happened differently. I'm sure she does. I'm sure that's the truth. Don't let the media fool you with videos and false info. I have cooperated with everyone and given them all they could ask for. Sometimes they let social media create these accusations to keep them busy because people involved in that nonsense have no interest in finding Gannon. With that said, I will only tell the truth, not accusations. I have spent the last 6 years of my life fighting for custody battles. Helped Albert pay for it all. Was the only person who stood by him in the courtroom after courtroom. I took the kids from coast to coast to be with each parent, even driving through the night, extreme weather conditions, and countless amounts of aeroplanes. This is not to bash any parent going through pain, but to say that I have pain as well. Everyone remembers months upon months when I was the only provider. Albert in Alaska and Landon was all over the place. We rescued the kids from horrible homes, living in motels, guns in the back of their cars, their house getting robbed, all the way up until I got the Instagram messages saying that she could not take care of them anymore. Out of love for my stepkids and my husband, I stepped in, delayed getting my doctorate. Took care of them because I wanted to. Took them on adventures that... Hold on. Most kids their age would never see. My husband had to prep the kids every time they went with their mother for their safety until we eventually had them in our home 90% of the time. He works crazy hours, lots of schools, training, and took care of our needs. I took care. These two children, like my very own, I wasn't perfect, but everyone saw all our pictures and the love that I gave them. Was it hard sometimes? Of course, because I grew up with Amy Lowry, my stepsister, and all of our families got along with no problems. So it was difficult navigating through that, but I want everyone to know that it is well with my soul, because I would never harm a child, especially not our children. On Sunday, we went on a hike, and Gannon was there crying with me because I was crying. It was the day Kobe passed. No, we didn't read this one, I don't think. But he had no idea, maybe a long time ago, who he was, just that I was upset. I had every intention of covering up the fire that he started and protecting his feelings from what punished he thought he was going to get. That was our plan the next day, was to rectify the situation so that his little heart could stop crying. I have the video because somehow my phone was recording and you can hear how sorry he was. I have the pictures after we returned. How? So please don't believe what these people are speculating. Albert is hurt. He has a lot on him and he always left me in charge of the kids. He has to go through his emotions, but will start to remember how I helped rescue them and have been our family's rock. I'm going to make the next post just about Gannon, but I want... Okay, hold on. Hold on. But I want to clear up some of these accusations / lies. These people have painted me to be this horrible person, and I want people to know the truth. That I had the kids because they were in an unfit situation in which a guardian ad litem was placed solely with me until Albert left Alaska. I rescued them because I love them. That the kind of person I am, who would continue to love them and treat them like my own, always and forever. Call it what you want, because I sit back and let people say horrible things that just wasn't true. Just some of the facts. There are hundreds more. So they need to be looking at finding Gannon, not blaming me. Okay, and then this is Albert boyfriend. He is talking about a friend that's brother has a car and doing a sleepover. See, here she's talking about the sleepover that she's talking. Same kid that asked about the bath salts. Absolutely not. Then, I guess this is Al, or is it? I haven't let him ever do a sleepover, and he will not sleep over. We don't even have bath salts. Is it like the ones for the tub? Hold on. Yes, research it. He said something about a friend. Bath salts are dangerous. He asked me yesterday, were they the same as salts? I told Harley, okay, the blue is her, and she was like, Mom, the bad ones. And I just told him no bath bombs weren't the same. I'll ask him why he asked you. And then there's a thing of bath, this, I think. And then this one says, I want to address the issue of Lena's alleged comments. First of all, Tecia is owed an apology for the heinous accusations made against her. If for 1 minute I thought my children were in harm's way in any way, shape, or form, I would immediately handle the situation. Both her track record with them and Gannon's confirmation of the same is proof of that. So I expect her to receive a full and true apology. Hold on. Oh, here's them in larger size. He was talking about a friend. His brother has a car and doing a sleepover. This is Al talking. She puts Albert, boyfriend. Same kid that asked about bath salts. Absolutely not. Then she says, I haven't let him ever do a sleepover, and he will not sleep over. But I thought you were going to be the cool mom. We don't even have bath salts. Is it like the ones for the tub? Yes, research it. It's bad. It's kind of like meth. I think when they use them for drugs, it's deadly. And then she's got, looks like the picture of the bath salts. Yeah, it is. Next. This, I think, he came in my room asking about it last night, and I gave him a bath bomb. She puts balm, B-A-L-M. He took 2 baths. I just thought he was dirty from pants. It's fine for baths. He said something about a friend. Bath salts are dangerous. Okay, wait, we had that one. Hold on, sorry. No, that is the right one. Okay, hold on a minute. And I told him bath bombs weren't the same. Okay, he asked me yesterday, were they the same as salts? I told Harley, and she was like, Mom, the bad ones. And I just told him, no, bath bombs weren't the same. I'll ask him why he asked you. And the kids need to stay off Talk. Okay, is that bad? And he said, don't worry about it. He was just asking to see what they were. He is talking about a friend that... Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see if there's anything else that... Okay. All right. So let me get back to the chat. Let me check your thing. All right. So there's only 4% that said not guilty by reason of insanity, and 96% of you think guilty of first-degree murder. So that's yeah. I would put my vote in if I could, but I'm not allowed to vote. I wonder if she tried to get pregnant but couldn't. I'm sure she did, because she told Gannon that she was having a baby, and that was their little promise, and that, you know, maybe it was going to be a boy, and so she was going to come through and give him this thing that nobody else could, a brother. It really is sad, and if that's how his Gannon was so small. Look at that. He survived, you know, like being born at a pound, and I think it was 1 pound and 6 ounces. And, you know, he got through all of that. And, you know, just horrible. Horrible. Okay, so let me go here for 1 second. Let's see if there's. Oh my goodness, what is this about? What the heck is going on here? This is in Maine? Look at that. It says that 4 people were found dead in a home in Bowdoin, Maine. Bowdoin. Tuesday morning, shortly before reports of gunfire on Interstate 295 in Yarmouth, about 25 miles south. 3 people were shot, 1 critically, in the highway shooting, which Maine police say was connected with the deaths in the Bowdoin home. 1 person was detained, officials said, but no names were released. No charges had been filed by late afternoon, but the town of Yarmouth referred to the person as a suspect and said investigators had recovered a firearm that was initially missing from the scene. Police said one of the highway victims was in critical condition, another in serious condition. The 3rd person's condition was unknown. We are confident that there is no imminent threat to the general public at this time, said County Sheriff Joel Merry. Maine State Police Lieutenant Randall Keaton told reporters Tuesday afternoon that investigators were working 3 scenes: the house in Bowdoin, the 2 locations on the interstate. We're working many different scenes. We're just getting our arms around it. Police say they were initially searching for a 2nd gunman out of an abundance of caution, but later said there was only 1 single suspect. Okay, and then a quick little update about Lori Vallow's son. Come over here. Took the stand today, broke down. Colby Ryan cried on the stand Tuesday upon being shown pictures of his late sister, Tylee. Colby Ryan said, "That's my sister, Tylee Ryan," as prosecutors presented pictures of the 16-year-old and J.J. Vallow. Colby went on to say that he had a good relationship with J.J., who was also murdered. Colby also testified that his mother told him that her fourth husband, Charles Vallow, suffered a fatal heart attack in Arizona in 2019. However, he was fatally shot by Lori's brother, Alex Cox. Colby recalled how he visited his mother after Charles Vallow's death, and Tylee answered the door and hugged him. Colby reportedly saw Alex Cox watching television with a bandage on his hand. Colby asked Alex Cox what happened, and he said that he was struck in the head with a bat, and he shot Charles. Alex Cox died, reportedly of natural causes, months later, December of 2019. Lori is charged in Arizona in connection with Charles Vallow's shooting death. She's on trial now for the murder of Tylee and JJ and Tammy Daybell, Chad Daybell's first wife. Chad Daybell is Lori's fifth husband, and he is also charged with killing the two children and his first wife, Tammy. Sad. Okay, and then there was something else about Letecia, and I want to just go over that. The other expert, I forgot to, I started off and then I didn't finish. Hold on a second. So, there was Lieutenant John Sarkisian with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. He took the stand. He explained his role in searching for Gannon, and he said that law enforcement found a stain board on the ground that was subsequently tested. It came back positive for a blood stain. The FBI kept the board. See, and then they went into Al's phone. They found a picture of this board next to this table that he was building for Gannon, and you can see it is the same board that was found out in the off the side of the road. And there was actually like barbed wire fencing across the area. They brought the board into the courtroom today. Then Kevin Clark, an investigator with El Paso County District Attorney's Office, took the stand. He said the board found at Palmer Lake was similar to a photo that was in Al Stauch's phone. The phone had the photo that was taken in 2019, and they showed that in court. You could see it was the same board just by the broken off edge, but then he pointed out there was an X written in pencil that was on both boards. He said that law enforcement also seized phone records from Letecia, from a cell phone she bought at Walmart, as well as records for Gannon's phone and for Harley Hunt's phone. Then next was Commander Mitch Mihalko. He took the stand. He said that investigators began to believe foul play was involved starting on January 30th after finding a notable amount of evidence inside the Stauch home. The investigation turned into suspicion of foul play, but at that point in time, they didn't have enough evidence to make an arrest. Every lead we uncovered brought us back to that house, and he listed off numerous evidence items found at the residence. He also said that Letecia's differing stories on what happened again and just didn't add up. He added that she was uncooperative throughout the investigation and didn't seem concerned about her stepson. And I quote him saying, "I know that the defendant was extremely difficult to get in for an interview. We did not really know where the defendant was, and we were not able to locate her easily. We did know that she had these diabolically different accounts when we thought it was very suspicious behavior. As the information developed, it appeared to the commander that the defendant was very cognizant of what was occurring, taking steps, almost being methodical in redirecting investigative efforts." That's why she had that notebook and she went on the things that, remember, like they had an issue with, and she was writing down explanations for them. It was unbelievable. And then CSI Alyssa Beresford a blood spatter, an expert on blood spatter analysis. She said that on February 5th, 2020, that was a day after Gannon's body was dumped, she arrived at the Stauch home to process blood stains that were found in Gannon's room and around the basement area. She said she collected 10 swabs, which showed something dynamic happened inside Gannon's room. To have blood at that scale in those types of patterns, there has to be some movement within that scene. Like she was explaining, it's either a weapon that's moving or it's like the blood that's moving. It's, but there's a lot of movement with that to cause that type of spatter. Based on her expertise, she said someone appeared to clean up the blood but left some of the blood stains altered and blurry. Anything else here? Went through that. And one more thing about Lori Vallow. So Colby then testified that prior to Tylee's disappearance, Tylee told them that their mother controlled her money. Colby said that Tylee told him about the money issue on September 8th, 2019, after he asked her for money. Colby claimed that he spoke on the phone with his mother, who said she and Tylee were at Yellowstone National Park gift store. Colby reportedly told cops that the children were not with him and that he was concerned because Tylee's text messages to him did not sound like her. Colby also testified that he contacted his mother in November of 2019 about the children's whereabouts and why the police were looking for them. Colby reportedly knew that his mother had left Phoenix, but he did not know where she was. She just told me she was moving somewhere cold, and it was dangerous for her to tell anybody where she'd gone. Let's see. Oh, that girl that thought she was Madeleine McCann. What are they saying? Police seized her phone now? Authorities have seized a cell phone linked to a woman who alleged that she is Madeleine McCann, the British girl who vanished in Portugal in 2007. Orange County Sheriff Sergeant Mike Woodruff said law enforcement recently obtained the phone, but he declined to disclose additional information or reveal the nature of the investigation. We are not going to make any comments about the case, Woodruff said. Our investigation is taking a deep look into it, and we're going to let them do their investigative duties, and then from that point let the judicial system take over if it needs to. The phone is reportedly connected to Julia Forstina, a 21-year-old Polish woman who has posted on social media that she believes she is Madeleine McCann. Julia, also known as Julia Wendell, arrived in California last month and appeared on Dr. Phil about the claims. She has reportedly been the subject of various death threats. Dr. Thea Johansson who invited Julia to the United States, said that the phone was given voluntarily to police. California authorities subsequently alerted Polish investigators about the device. Earlier this month, a DNA test determined that she is not Madeleine McCann. You are not Madeleine McCann. She later apologized to McCann's parents. The test reportedly found that she is entirely Polish, ruling out the possibility that she could be the missing girl. McCann was 3 years old when she vanished on May 3rd of 2007. Let me see something. She was 3. That was right after Ethan was born. She and her siblings were left asleep while their parents were dining in a nearby restaurant. Okay. Let's see if we have anything else. Yeah, and here's a very horrible thing. 20-year-old New York woman is dead after police say she and her friends pulled into the wrong driveway, which prompted a homeowner to open fire. Washington County Sheriff's Office said the incident happened Saturday night at about 9:53 p.m. in Hearn, New York, after Kayleen Gillis of Schuylerville and 3 friends pulled into a driveway while attempting to find another friend's home. The homeowner, identified as 65-year-old Kevin D. Monahan, started shooting at the car. Although the driver had quickly realized they were in the wrong driveway, was in the process of leaving the property. One of the bullets struck Gillis. The group then drove 5 miles until they reached Salem, where they could get a signal strong enough to call 911. First responders arrived and attempted CPR on Gillis, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the group did not interact with Monahan and never got out of the vehicle. Gillis was a passenger in the car. Police arrested Monahan and charged him with second-degree murder. He was initially uncooperative and wouldn't come out of his home. He was eventually detained and taken to Washington County Jail. Monahan was uncooperative with the investigation and refused to exit his residence to speak with the police. He was later taken into custody with the assistance of the New York State Police Special Operation Response Team after several hours. The sheriff revealed Monahan has already obtained a lawyer by the time he emerged from his home to turn himself over. He, quite frankly, has not shown any remorse in this case, adding that the suspect has not made a statement about the shooting. His attorney, Kurt Massert, has made several statements. However, he said to the New York Times that his preliminary view of this case is that there was a series of errors which resulted in a tragedy. It's too soon to say more than that. He said his client said there were multiple cars, including a motorcycle, racing up his driveway at a high rate of speed, revving their engines. This is not, of course, what the people in the car carrying Gillis said. There's clearly no threat from anyone in the vehicle, Murphy said, saying it was very easy to get lost in such a rural area. There's no reason for Mr. Monahan to feel threatened. That's horrible. Hearn, which is about 60 miles northeast of Albany, is a rural area made up primarily of dirt roads, low-level lighting, and spotty cell phone service. It's a very rural area. It's dirt roads. There's not a lot of cellular services out of any type or internet. Meanwhile, a GoFundMe page has been set up to help with funeral and related expenses for the victim. According to the fundraiser, Gillis had just turned 20 years old when this tragedy struck. Isn't that crazy? I mean, how many times if you're in a rural area and you went too far, you pass something and you just turn around in a driveway? It happens all the time up here. It's crazy. And then in another, related issue, on Monday, a Missouri man was charged with shooting a 16-year-old boy last week after the boy mistakenly came to his home to pick up his younger siblings. Andrew Lester, 84, was charged with first-degree assault and armed criminal action. Kansas City police say that on April 13th, Richard Yarl accidentally went to Lester's home and Lester allegedly shot him twice. The family's attorney said Yarl was shot in the head and arm. Yarl did not enter Lester's home, and Lester allegedly shot the teen through a glass door. I can tell you there was a racial component, Clay County prosecutor Zachary Thompson said in a statement issued to the press. Yarl is reportedly out of the hospital and is recovering. Lester's bond was set at $200,000, and he bonded out a short time after he was arrested. Anything else? Okay, and then take a look at this. The mother of a teen YouTube star has been sued for millions by 11 teen content creators who appeared on her daughter's channel and who claim that she subjected them to emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. The lawsuit was filed in January of 2022, goes to trial on Monday in Los Angeles, and seeks $22 million in damages. The 11 teen plaintiffs allege that Tiffany Simon, mother of YouTube star Piper Raquel, whose YouTube channel has more than 10 million subscribers, inflicted harassment, molestation, and abuse on them while holding a position of care and control during production of content for her daughter's channel. They also claim they were not compensated for the use of their likenesses to promote the channel. The 147-page complaint describes Smith as a mean-spirited control freak who commented on their genitalia, shouted obscenities at them, urged them to be sexy and sexually aggressive, and inappropriately touched them. One of the teens said Smith told her she was mailing her daughter's underwear to a man because he liked to sniff it. YouTube demonetized Raquel's channel a month after the lawsuit was filed. While she no longer makes money from the channel, she is selling merchandise and touring to perform and meet fans. All 11 of the plaintiffs were once members of 15-year-old Raquel's Piper Squad, made up of children and young teens on her channel. According to the lawsuit, the teens said they were asked to fake romantic crushes on each other for the channel. The lawsuit also alleges that Smith sabotaged the YouTube channels of several of the plaintiffs by falsely flagging their content as inappropriate after they left the squad. NBC News spoke with 6 mothers of the former squad members. According to the complaint, and those members, their children endured online bullying and harassment, especially as a result of those romantic storylines. I just want peace back with my kids, says Ashley Ann Rock Smith, whose 2 daughters appeared in 94 videos on Raquel's channel. They are Raquel's cousins. I want all predators who hurt young kids to be brought to justice, she said. I also hope we move the needle on these platforms that are allowing this. As children, they don't understand it. Sometimes it goes over their heads, said Stevie Areco, the mother of another plaintiff. But now that they're older and they're starting to understand the trauma that was caused, the things that were said to them, these fake crushes, Areco said that the goal for most of the parents is the same kind of guidelines in non-traditional filming environments. YouTube does not police the behavior of its content creators or their mothers offline and did not comment. YouTube did not comment on anything for the story. Tiffany Smith has countersued the plaintiffs' mothers for $30 million, alleging that they are conspiring to extort money with false allegations, but she voluntarily dropped her counterclaim before the mothers responded. Neither Smith nor her attorney responded to NBC News. However, in December, she said she did not consider herself the teen's employer, but has since gotten a permit to work with minors. Wow, so another YouTube lawsuit about harassment. That's great. That's great news. Okay. Adults managing minors' YouTube channels. Hi, little lady. Hi, little lady. How are you? Okay, now, let me get some of this stuff down here. I don't know who's messaging my phone like crazy. Sounds like someone's messaging me like a fool. Let's see. I don't know who's messaging. All right, let me go. Does anybody, okay, hi Lily. So if anybody wants to, I will, if anybody's new here and wants to,
Have everyone back in the
oh,
jury room
sorry,
ready
he
to go.
scared me. Oh my gosh, he scared me so much, that judge, just now when I just did that. If anybody wants to call in and talk about anything that happened in the trial, feel free to do so. Whatever you want to do, if you want to do something. Let me know and I'll send you the number. Alicia, you're so clued up. I didn't know Landon was Gannon's mom. Oh, you didn't know that? Hi, Alicia. Alicia, everything she could want to know is here on this channel. Thanks, though. I think we handle it pretty good here. I don't think you have to go elsewhere, Teresa. I have plenty of information right here on this channel. All you have to do is search Gannon Stauch. I covered this case extensively. In fact, when I just did a search on Facebook for Letecia Stauch, all of my old videos came up. I covered this case extensively. You don't remember, Alicia? Why would you recommend somebody else? That's really hurtful. That's great. That's great. Okay. Wonderful. Excuse me a moment. I'm going to see who's texting me. Let me get you some of my videos to look at, Teresa. And anybody else that would like to call in for a link. Hang on a minute, Teresa. Let's see. Unbelievable. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me pull this over here. Here's a search on Facebook, okay? I just searched Letecia Stauch. True Crime Chat with Mommy Ramblings. These are mine from March 7th of 2020. I covered this case inside and out. Even had family members coming on here to talk with me. You of all people, I would think, would know that, Alicia. Letecia T comes out of handcuffs. T attacks a deputy. Breaking news. She's arrested today in South Carolina. I even had someone take us to the bridge right after his body was found. These are all my videos. Letecia Stauch, new charges after plotting escape from jail. This is my video too, Letecia Stauch. We read her letter claiming mistreatment in jail. Letecia Stauch, trial day 2, let's talk. These are all my videos. Letecia Stauch, awaiting transfer to state mental hospital. These are my videos. Letecia T. Stauch, extra security, due to be in place for court appearance. Mine. This is mine too. Al Stauch has something for Letecia T, and it's not an apology. This is mine. Letecia Stauch, arrest affidavit, crazy behavior, outrageous lies, horrific evidence. Kia had 17 miles on it. Those are just some of my videos. I think I'm pretty schooled on the Letecia Stauch case. I think I've been covering it for the last 3+ years. Yeah, I'm going to get a link. Yeah, I have everything here. I'm a person that I've been covering this since Gannon disappeared. Since January 27th of 2020. I just don't know why someone would come in my chat and put another creator out there that just appeared on the scene a little while ago, that puts conspiracy out there, and come in here and recommend that to someone here. Like, why would you do that? I don't even understand that. Help me to understand that. Because I know many creators that would lose their stuff if someone came in and did it. It's incredibly rude, especially because, Alicia, you know how I cover this case. That is just beyond rude. You didn't see my stream? I cover the trial every single day. How can you not see my stream? Every single day I cover this trial. I live stream it for almost 9 hours every single day. You just go to my channel and it shows you. I'm hurt, Alicia. I really am hurt. I'm a real person and I get hurt because I really care about you, and you've been somebody that's been here with me, and to see you, I go look at this and you've recommended this conspiracy woman? Please. I'm hurt. I was just saying this the other day, that, people come in and do this, and it's just so rude. And I'm sorry, Alicia, because I really like you. And I was so happy to see you back here. And when I saw that comment came from you, I couldn't believe it. Because I invest in these cases, and I do care about these kids, unlike other creators, okay, that use them. Half of my videos can't even get monetized, okay? I'm not one that goes out there with bullhorns or screaming at people's doors or doing things for clicks and views. And you, of all people, know that. Here you go. You'll find every single day of the trial here, for starters. On my blog, True Crime Chat with Mommy Ramblings. Hold on, let me put some things in here. Here's my blog. Every single day, it lists the stream. It has the stream up for tomorrow. It has every recap we've done on this case. every bit of this case I have covered. From the day he went missing till his body was found. We even had that woman that took us right out there to the bridge. I've had family members, like I said, have called in. All you have to do is go to my channel and put Gannon Stauch in the search bar. When you go to the channel, you hit the little magnifying glass and you put in Gannon Stauch, Letecia Stauch, and it will bring up my videos. Thank you, little lady. Thank you, Teresa. It's hard because I'm telling you, I'm one of these people that, and those of you that know me, you know that I work for victims. You know that I help victims, not exploit them, not put their children's in caskets on their site. I don't exploit these victims. I never have. And I am so, I just can't even believe this. You come to my channel to recommend somebody else. I mean, that is just so rude. And you really, I don't even understand it. I don't know. I didn't even put the number in here. This is just, I have not had a good day. I've got a very hard anniversary of my son coming up. And I'm just going to say goodnight. I'm just going to say goodnight. Everybody have a good night. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come on tonight. I shouldn't have come on tonight. I'm sorry.